Hey guys, welcome once again. So this is the second part of the integer operations session. Now the second part that we have got subtraction, right? Subtracting a number from another one, right? So what we're gonna do is, as you can see, I've set up my first question is 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3. What do we do here? Remember the rule. There's nothing much because it's negative. Here there is positive. However, this is negative. So what you tend to do is basically you rewrite this. You could leave like this or you rewrite that. But then if you leave like this, it's straightforward. What you do take is you take the negative sign outside, and then you have the bigger number minus the small number, and then on your next line you have the negative number, and then here 3 minus 1 is 2. So our answer is negative 2. Now the next one is kind of interesting. I love this question because many students tend to forget the common rule or how to deal with this. So the way you deal with this type of question is keep the same strategy that we did with addition. Right, we write this first line as negative 7 minus, and then here look, it's minus 1, right? So what you do, you write minus 1. Your next line, this is very important here, negative 7 minus 1. Whenever two negative signs follow each other, they become positive. Whenever two negative signs follow each other, they become positive. Right, so here we would then have negative 7 plus 1. Negative 7 plus 1. Right, as I mentioned earlier, there's no difference between this and that. What you then do is take the negative outside, so you have negative, and then you keep your 7 plus, you have that negative 7, you have that negative here, and what you do is you take this 7 minus 1, right? 7 minus 1. And because why I'm doing this, because 7 is greater, it's easy to take 7 minus 1 rather than going the other way, because you are not familiar with this. So but as you get better, it will be easier to see it straightforward. Now when you do this, you get negative, so 7 minus 1 is 6. Then you don't forget the negative, so you get negative 6, and the negative 6 is your answer. Negative 6 is your answer. You may wonder, you'll be like, oh, this is confusing, because this line here, I can write, this line here is the same as, if I expand this, it will then become negative 7 minus minus 1, because as I said, when two negative signs, you multiply them each other, they become positive. And here I'm expanding this, I'm distributing negative on each of these elements, negative 7, and then they become negative 1, which is similar to the line that we go before. So the answer is negative 6. And if you go to the next one, so I'm gonna rub off, I'm gonna write underneath here. If we do this one again, I'm gonna expand this. So what I'm gonna do is take 6 minus 9. I've told you the trick. Whenever two negative signs follow each other, what you do is basically, whenever two negative signs follow each other, what you do is basically add them. They become positive. So you have 6 plus 9, and 6 plus 9 is 15. Right? I hope this makes sense. So this was the second part. As you can see, it's straightforward. Just remember, the first one was 1 minus 3. What I did, I took negative outside, and then when you do negative outside, you then reverse the order. It become 3 minus 1, which is negative 2. And then for this one is negative 7 minus 1. And then you rewrite this line as negative 7 minus 1, because we know that two negative signs, whenever they follow each other, they become positive. You have negative 7 plus 1. And in the next line, I had negative 7 outside, and in the bracket I had 7 minus 1. And then that is exactly the same as this when you distribute the negative on each of these two numbers. And Negative 7 minus 1 is is 6, and with the negative it become negative 6. Here we had 6 minus 9, and so you have 6 minus 9, and two negative sign. I've told you when they follow each other they become positive, so you have 6 plus 9, which is 15. Right, I hope this section makes sense, and this was the second part. Now I'm gonna do the third part, which is division, and yeah, see you soon.